Hey, life. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. I got a new microphone. Yo, what's going on, Danny? And I'm trying it out. I got a clip on mic. Hopefully, it sounds good. I would have started a little bit sooner, but it took me a little bit to figure out how to set this mic up. I thought I had it set up, but then it was in pairing mode and I couldn't figure out how to get it out of pairing mode because it said it was already paired. So I just I just took there's because I have you get two mics, so I just took the second mic out and put it on and it worked. So also hello Quack Attack. So yeah, let's do this. I haven't played this in a while, so I'm gonna probably have a little bit of trouble remembering where I'm supposed to go, but yeah, I was glad to watch you play Thimbleweed, Danny. That was cool. I'm sorry that you were kind of having trouble figuring out what to do, though. Okay, so I got to do the jumping thing. Yeah, it's a good one. Oh, oops. I, I jumped too many times at the end, I think. Well, I, I guess I didn't screw it up. I got nervous at the end and I accidentally pushed the jump button twice. Ah, cool. Yeah, let's just go with that. I wanted to hear the song again. Okay, I got it that time. Cool. Yeah, the reason I held off on doing this for a while was because I did want to get a new mic so that I would sound better because I am uploading these to YouTube. Okay, now I forget. What's the feather do? Speed up by 20, but is it? Let's see. It lowers my attack and defense. About on her. Okay, well, it boosts her stats. I guess I could put it on her. This is interesting because I have a mic with an adjustable mic stand. So it feels really weird not to be talking into my regular mic. So kind of forget which way I'm supposed to go because the castle is kind of like a maze. There's different doors and stuff. But yeah, I was saying earlier that there's a video store simulator game on Steam. And I'm thinking I'm going to buy that, and then I'll probably stream that if I end up buying it. I need to get the timing back on my hits. Oh yeah, what's that? I have a, I guess. Oh well, that was good. I missed. Oh, why do I wait? Why do I have Bowser? I don't want Bowser. I want Geno. I must have put him in for something else. Yo, what's going on, Arma? Earthbound Deluxe. You know, I've never played Earthbound before. I've watched other people play it, but I've never played it. Mario, Peach, Bowser, yeah. I always do Mario, Peach, Geno. Oh, I missed again. That was good. I had a friend who used to stream Earthbound. That was a long time ago. He doesn't stream anymore, but I watched him play through the entire game. It was pretty cool. Okay, I guess maybe she can't attack those guys. Yeah, I guess I must have watched you stream it too, Danny, but I don't remember. I know you've got the Earthbound shirt because I've seen it. Oh yeah. Well, I was probably there. I probably just forgot that I was there, I guess. Oh yeah. That's pretty good. Well, I need a mushroom. I usually don't try to double my XP because my luck is pretty bad. I usually don't win out on those, so I don't chance it. Drinking some of my Dr. Jolt here. Yeah, I don't know. Just have to look around for it, I guess. Some guy on Reddit was like, "Where did you get the Dr. Jolt?" And I said, "Oh, well, I got it at my convenience store." There's an r/energy drinks on Reddit. So sometimes when I get energy drinks, I post on there. Dr. Bob? What is Dr. Bob? I probably don't have to fight all these guys, but I'm just doing it for the experience because probably need the experience anyway. All right, Quack. Well, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess I've never had it. We have Dollar Generals here, but I've just never had their brand of soda, I guess. Actually, the first time they brought Jolt Cola back, before it was an energy drink, when it was still just like a regular cola, Dollar General was the only place that sold it. So I went up there and bought like 6 or 7 cans of it. I remember because I think I had like 6 cans, and I'm like trying to put them up on like the conveyor belt when I'm in line, and I was trying to put them up there, and I started to fumble, and I almost like dropped 2 of them. I mean, that was back in the day when I could drink like 2 or 3 cans of soda, and you know, it wasn't like a big deal. Now I kind of have to watch like how much soda I drink and stuff like that. But yeah, the Dr. Jolt is actually not bad. It's basically kind of like what you'd expect if Dr. Pepper made like an energy drink, I guess. It's actually supposed to be a Ghost 7 Up energy drink that's coming out. And some people have already got it, but we don't have it yet here. But that's also something I'm going to be trying whenever it comes out. The 7 Up energy drink just sounds interesting to me. See, when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to have a soda because my mom always said that it made me too hyper, so she would never let me have soda. But when I would go visit my grandmother, which was a lot, uh, she, she didn't care. So I'd go see her, and she'd always let me have 7 Up and Sprite and Coke. So, Yeah, it's going to take me a bit to get my timing back on some of these hits. Because I really have not played this game and since the last time I streamed it, so you know that was a while. That sounds good. I am glad I finally got these little microphones because I've been wanting to for a while, but I was waiting until I had a little extra money that, you know, I could use to buy them. Because I've been trying to be better with saving money, which is hard for me to do. So I was like, well, if I sell something and I get a little extra money, then I'll just take that and buy them. And when I sold the VR stuff, that was the perfect opportunity. So each needs a mushroom or two. Now, well, I guess I could have just had her heal herself, but whatever. Whatever. Yeah, one thing I will say is, my regular microphone is a Blue Yeti and it's on a mic stand. But even with a microphone on a mic stand, you always kind of have to make sure that you're talking like directly into it. You don't want to like move too far away from the microphone. And that's generally something I tend to do, which is why sometimes my audio is, it's kind of all over the place. So having a clip-on mic is definitely better because you just clip it on and it stays in one place and, then you don't have to worry about it. But I think that's also too kind of my ADD is like, because as a kid, I always had trouble sitting still. So, I have trouble kind of sitting still long enough to talk into a mic without, you know, moving away from it. So, but I mean, my dad had ADD too. So I guess it runs in the family. I should see. Okay, what does Gino have? He doesn't have an accessory. Yeah, let's give him what is experience booster? Okay, he's got boosters. Okay, well, I'm gonna give him I don't know if I give him experience booster though, it lowers. Yeah, it's actually not very good. Well, I don't know what the booster's charm does, but it's not lowering any of my stats. So, but I'll give Gino the safety badge. That way, he won't get turned into mushrooms. Yeah, I literally like just like before I started streaming was literally like the first time I set up this mic. So it definitely took me more than a few minutes to figure it out. Yeah, well, I think the mistake I made was that I took one of the mics out and I went into like my set audio settings to try to pair it. And then it like showed up. It was like AI microphone. And I'm like, okay, that's it. And then I clicked on it, but the microphone and the part that plugs into the PC, like the adapter, they were still both in pairing mode and I couldn't get them out of pairing mode. Everything I tried, it was like they were still trying to pair, even though the computer said it was paired. So then I took the second mic out and I just turned it on and it just connected. And I was like, oh, okay. So probably it was connected the first time, but then I screwed it up by putting it into pairing mode because I didn't know it was already connected. And so it's probably my fault. I do like that you get two. That way, if something happens to one, at least you have a second one. So, that's nice. I did look at a few different ones, like on eBay, and some guy tried to sell me on one on eBay, but it was not the same one as the one on Amazon. I was like, no, I think I'm just going to stick with the one on Amazon because that's the one that, Danny said to get. And so I'm like, that's the one I'm going to go with. But yeah, it'll be interesting to listen back to the VOD so that I can see how everything sounds. Yeah, I did remember that you have to block in this fight. I didn't know that as a kid that you're supposed to block and then use the eggs against the boss. Nice. It's such a fun game. I mean, the original is great, but it's also cool to have, this version too, have a HD version. I forgot about that thing. The only thing is I'm bad at the timing on a lot of the blocking and stuff. I don't know if it's because it's on Switch and I'm just not used to it or what, but it's also too that I haven't played this in a while, so that's probably part of it. Also still waiting for them to change over our internet. They haven't changed over my internet yet. I think it's just taken a while because I think they're going through sections of like my town, like they're going from area to area. So I guess it's going to take a while, but I'm ready to have fiber internet because I've never had fiber internet before. Also, next weekend is record store day. And I've been debating on whether or not I want to like actually go out for record store day or not. Because I don't always, and I did look at the list of like releases for record store day, and I didn't really see anything specifically that I wanted to get. So if I did go to a record store, I'd probably just look for like records I wanted to buy, not for anything like, not for any of the special releases or anything. I've also thought about just like finding a lot of records on eBay and just trying to buy those. If I could find somebody selling a bunch that I want. The problem is that I've looked at like lots on eBay. I'll just type in like rock vinyl record lot. But most of the time, I'll see these lots of like maybe 10 records, but I'll have like 5 out of the 10 records already. And it's hard to find stuff I don't have unless I specifically search for things I don't have already. So, but I'm always looking, for new stuff that I can play on Turntable Tuesday. So, like, how do I do? Let's use a mushroom then. Okay, that was, yeah, that's where I came from. But I don't know. I mean, I'll see what I want to do next weekend. I haven't decided yet. I think I have to wait. No, okay. I guess I have to fight that guy. Get him out of the way. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Tell I haven't played this in a while. It's a flower jar now. I'm wondering if I need to get more mushrooms, but maybe I'll be okay. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'll play after I beat this. I'll probably have to think of something. Maybe I'll do Ocarina of Time, because I've been saying I've been wanting to play that for a while. I have actually never beaten that game. Yo, what's going on, Coach? Hope you are doing well. I looked up. It's good. It's good. Seems to be working out all right. It took me a minute to get it connected because I think I screwed it up. I think you're supposed to just plug it into the computer and everything, and it just connects. But I didn't know that, so I think I accidentally put it into pairing mode, and then I couldn't get out of pairing mode, and then I had to screw around with it. But that was my fault because I didn't know what I was doing. I did figure it out eventually, though. Yeah, I have the noise canceling on, and then I also just did the basic noise canceling filter on OBS. So that's really all I have on it as far as like filters go. But I'll be listening to it too on the VOD once I'm done streaming. Yeah, that's the only one I have on. I mean, I have the AI noise cancellation set on the mic, but then I just have the one on OBS. Oh yeah, I guess I could give that a try. Let me see. Where's the button? Yeah, I switched it back to green. So maybe that's a little better. Blue? Okay. Okay, we'll do blue then. All right, it's on the blue. Because whatever you guys do, that's what I want to be doing, I'm sure. Because yeah, you guys always sound really good on your streams. All right, then I'll just keep it on blue then. I'm just getting used to not having to talk into a mic with a mic stand, where I always like tend to move away from the mic when I shouldn't be. That was always my issue. Welcome back, Arma. But yeah, we're breezing through this pretty good. I've already beaten this game. I mean, I beat it when I first got it, but I knew it'd be a lot of fun to actually beat it on stream, so that's why I wanted to play it again. Right, right. For me, it'll just be good to have a spare one in case something happens to one of them. Right. Actually, let me resave that. There we go. Oh, nice. Yeah, actually, I looked up because I was trying to remember. I looked up the drink that Bartesian used to have, and it was called I think it was called the 19th Hole. They used to sell these pods, but they actually don't sell them anymore. They have a bunch of other flavors, but they don't sell that one anymore. I thought about getting one of those machines, but it's like you got to buy the machine, then you have to buy, the booze, and then you have to buy the pods. So you end up kind of having to buy a lot of stuff and spending a lot of money just to have everything. So I didn't really know if it would be worth it in the long run or not. But I used to drink the Arnold Palmer, like just the regular Arnold Palmers, like the kind that you can get in like the bottles or like the big jug. Yeah, that thing would be cool. I would not mind having one of those because that seems like it would be pretty cool to have. I was thinking about this earlier. Liquid Death, they had a flavor that was essentially an Arnold Palmer. And I don't know if they actually called it an Arnold Palmer, but I think they called it like something similar to Arnold Palmer. And then like Arnold Palmer's like estate or whatever sued. And they were like, well, you can't call it that. You have to change the name. And then they ended up changing the name to like Dead Billionaire or something like that. Yeah, that's what they should have done. I've only had some of the Liquid Death flavors. Some of them are okay. Some of them are just whatever. I only tried it because there was a time when like I saw a bunch of people drinking Liquid Death, and I was like, what's so special about Liquid Death? So I got some, and I was like, it's okay, but I wasn't like, I wasn't really like, I want to drink this all the time or anything. The Liquid Death sodas, some of those are okay. It's like they taste just enough like soda without being overly like sugary, I guess. No, I screwed that up. Actually, my mom and we went to a concert once, and she didn't want to drink, so all she wanted was water. And she said, I just want water. And they gave her a can of Liquid Death, like just the regular water, Liquid Death. And she never had it before. And they gave her this big ass, like tall can of it. And she was like, well, really, I just wanted like some bottled water, but that's what they had. And I said, oh, that's too bad they didn't give you like bottled water or something. And she said, well, they don't really, they don't really make their money on people buying water. They want people to buy booze. That's the idea. I will drink sometimes if I go to a show, but it depends. Some shows I've been to, they'll have like a special drink, like just for the specific concert, like a special cocktail that somebody like came up with. And sometimes they're pretty good, sometimes they're not. It just depends. But, you know, I'm going to a show in, I think it's June. So I might drink then at that show. I'm not sure. But it's going to be at an outdoor amphitheater. It's the same place where I saw Weird Al. And that was a really good show, so. Yeah, when it's really hot out, yeah, it's not great. Actually, the day I went to see Weird Al, it was very hot outside that day. And there was a line of people like waiting outside the amphitheater, like to get in. And my mom and I went, and all of a sudden my mom like turns to look at something, and she's like, ugh. And I go, what is it? And she goes, that man is throwing up over there. And I go, what? And she goes, yeah, there's a man over there and he's throwing up. And I turned and looked, and sure enough, there was a guy, and he was like sitting on like the hot like gravel or whatever, and he's just throwing up. And I guess he got too hot, which I can understand, because if I get too hot, I get sick at my stomach. But what was worse was it was really hot, but then there was like a light breeze coming in. And so that made the smell of like vomit kind of waft through the air, which was not a pleasant smell to be, you know, wafting through the air. And yeah, this is the party I always use in the game. Mario, Peach, and Geno. Despite all that, though, I will say the Weird Al show was really good. The only thing is, this was the tour that he was doing, where he was mostly playing like his original stuff. He did like a slight medley at the end of, you know, his parody songs, but it was mostly just him doing his original stuff. But it was still a really good show. I had a good time. Ah, yeah, that sucks. But yeah, in June, I think it's in June, I'm going to see Lou Graham, the lead singer from Foreigner, and John Waite is going to be the opening act, so that should be pretty good. Oh, nice. Yeah, I love Weird Al. One of his like original songs that I really like, I forget what album it's on, but it's called Melanie. And he actually did that song when I saw him, and I was like, oh, cool, he's doing Melanie. I like that song. And then he did that song Albuquerque, which I'd never heard before. And I think that song went on for like 15, 20 minutes or something. Yeah. I'd never heard that song before, so I was like, I don't know what this is, but it seems to be going on for quite a long time. Oh, and he had this comedian that opened for him that talked in like this Mickey Mouse high pitched voice. Like he came out and he's like, hello, everybody. Oh, you know, like that. And
he was not very funny. Like, I'm sorry. He had a couple of jokes that were okay, but a lot of people in the audience were just kind of like, when's Weird Al gonna come on? Yeah, I don't think like I was trying to think. I don't think I've ever been to like any like bad shows. Generally, like all the shows I've been to have been pretty good. I guess I've just been fortunate. The only time a show's been bad is if I've like had to sit next to somebody that was drunk or loud or didn't want to be quiet or something. And I have had that a few times. I'm starting to think now that I should have got some more mushrooms, but hopefully that's not going to be an issue. If I have Peach back, then I think I should be able to use her if I need to heal. Wow, that was bad. Yeah, I do use the group hug a lot when I need to, and looks like I'm going to need to right now, actually. Well, actually, now I'm going to need to use... Oh, shit. Actually, yeah, this is bad. I need to switch out. Yeah, okay, I'll have to switch. Alright, let me bring him back. Alright. Okay. Okay, I want to switch him back out for Pete. Oh wait, Peach is... Okay. Let me give her a cleansing juice. Okay, now he's gonna need a pick-me-up. Yeah, usually I'm better at this particular battle. But as long as I have, items, and I have Peach, I think I should be okay. It's just good that I have a lot of pick-me-ups. Okay, cool. I was a little worried there for a minute, but we got it. Yeah. Geno Flash, nice. Thank you. And honestly, all these people in Nimbus Land are stupid because they're like, "Oh, We thought the big bird was the prince, and it's like really the animal that looks nothing like the king and queen is the prince. Like how stupid are you? No, I haven't seen it yet. You know, I actually never saw the original Mario movie. I mean the new one, not the Bob Hoskins one. I should watch the first one though. I just honestly like when it came out, I just never got around to it. Oh, I've seen the Bob Hoskins one. That definitely is a movie, I'll say that much. There's an interview with him where he's like, you know, I've done Shakespeare and I've been on the stage and now I'm doing this playing this plumber and this Mario thing, you know. Oh yeah. Yoshi, you know, they put out that line of like body wash and deodorant, and they have like a Yoshi deodorant. I think I put a picture of it in the Discord. It's like, I forget what it's called, but it's got like the Yoshi egg on it. They also have a Yoshi egg bath bomb, and apparently it's been freaking a lot of people out because you put it in the water in the bathtub, and at first it as it starts to like melt, it's green, but then as it like starts to open up, it's red, and people are like, they you know they're like, oh my god, it's like blood, you know. Like I saw a video of someone putting it in the bathtub, and you see like it's green, and then it turns red, like a bright red, and you're like, oh. I've actually never used a bath bomb before. I've bought them for my step grandmother for Christmas because there's a shop downtown that sells soap and stuff like that. But I don't buy them for her anymore because I usually get her a gift certificate for a haircut. But if it's one thing I don't want to see when I'm taking a bath, it's red. Yeah, I think I am going to just buy some more items. I definitely will buy some more mid mushrooms. I mean, I got a lot of money, so I might as well. And I guess I'll save just to be safe. All right, so we got to go to the hot springs. There's no way that giant bird could have been a prince. Well, you thought it was for a long time, evidently. Crazy. We're at the volcano. You know, the only new thing they added in this that I don't use are the group, like the group attacks. Because honestly, I just never think about using them. Or the triple, it's called the triple move, I guess. I just never think about using any of them. I guess because I'm just used to playing it the same way that I would play it on the Super Nintendo, so. When I had a Retron 3, I think it was, I had some Super Famicom games. And one of my friends said, well, you know, you could get Super Mario RPG on Super Famicom because it's probably a little cheaper than trying to get the American cart. But then I thought, well, if I don't speak Japanese, how am I going to read any of the text, you know? So I didn't end up buying it. I did have Mario All-Stars on... Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I did have Mario All-Stars on Super Famicom, though. Oh, wow, got lucky there. But yeah, I think after I beat this, probably the next game I'm going to do is Ocarina of Time, I think. I always wanted to beat that game. I never did. And I just think that would be a fun one to play on stream. But, you know, this is one of those games, if you're good at it, you know, you can breeze through it pretty fast. Nice. Ultra Fireball. Cool. Yeah, I'm not so good with some of the jumping. Some parts of these. I know when you get to the castle, and I'm not going to go for that coin, and you have to do the thing where you have to pick like a door, and each door is different. And there's those stages where you have to like be good at the jumping to get through, like the lava and stuff. I always had such a hard time with those because I'd always miss and fall in the lava and lose coins. I did like doing the quiz and the puzzle games. Those are the ones I liked. The fighting ones were okay, but they just took a long time. I watched somebody, I can't remember who it was, I watched somebody play through the quiz, and they had to do that like probably 7 or 8 times because they just kept screwing it up. I mean, I watched somebody, I think somebody on YouTube I watched a playthrough. I didn't realize there were two. Oh shit. I didn't realize there were 2 parts to that guy. Alrighty. I actually haven't had a drink in like a long time. I still like to have one every once in a while, but I guess I just don't think about it. Maybe I'll have a drink for Watch Party Wednesday next week. I mean, it is going to be my favorite movie, whatever that ends up being. So since that's going to be special to me, maybe I should drink for that night. Actually, the last time I had a drink, I went to a Mexican restaurant, and I had a drink called the King's Punch. It was a reference to Elvis. And it was like a fruit punch that had rum in it, and it was really good. And I don't really like rum that much, but that drink was really good. I actually did drink the whole thing. I did stop drinking briefly for a while because I bought some stuff from the liquor store. It was bourbon and cherry cola, and I drank it and I got really sick after I drank it. So I was like, well, maybe I better stop for a while. Right. One drink I really like is Long Island iced teas. And that was actually my dad's favorite drink too, which I didn't know until much later. I actually didn't know till after he passed that that was his favorite drink, but it's become my favorite too. And I've been to restaurants where I've drank Long Island iced teas, and I didn't feel like any different afterwards. So I don't know if that means they didn't make it strong enough or what, but I've drank in like a whole Long Island iced tea and just been like, I'm fine, you know. I generally tend to go for, like, with cocktails, I really like sweet, like fruity drinks. So that's generally the type of stuff I tend to go for. Stuff like Blue Hawaiians or just, things similar to that. Yeah, that's what I really like. Cosmos, yeah. My mom likes Manhattans and Old Fashions, and I've tried both of those and didn't really like either one. I don't need a... Oh shoot, I need to do that again. No, I'm good on that. Yeah, I'm just kind of particular, I guess, when it comes to drinks. I only like certain drinks. Like wine, I only like certain kinds of wine. And I like that they kept that in the R-Wing and the F-Zero stuff. And I don't really drink beer much, but down the street from me, there's like a brewery restaurant, and they have really good beer. And that's saying something because I really don't drink beer, but I will drink their beer because their beer is usually really good. And they have good, like, fruity beers too that I like. I really only like fruity beers, I think, mostly. I like hard cider too, but only certain kinds. They have a hard cider that's really, it's like, I guess, a local brand, but it's really good. But they only have it sometimes. And those, I like those Mike's Hard Lemonades. I also like, they have Seagram's Escapes, and they're like fruit drinks, alcohol fruit drinks. They have one that's a blueberry lemonade. That one's really good. I actually used to get those quite a bit, the blueberry lemonade ones. Right. And I get this sake that's fruit flavored. I think I still have some, actually. I think it's lychee flavored. And that's really good. I've discovered that I can only drink the fruit flavored ones because I tried to drink like regular sake and I didn't like it. I also like those, what are they called? the ginger beer that Coach and Danny drink. I forget the name of it, but it's hard to find it sometimes, but when I do find it, I try to get some because it's pretty good. Oh, it's Krabby's. I just remembered. Yeah, the Krabby's ginger beer is really good. Yeah, I was just saying it's hard for me to find it sometimes because, like Liquor Barn or Total Wine, they don't always have it. But whenever they do have it, I try to grab some. Last time I went to Liquor Barn, they didn't have it actually. One time I bought like a different brand because they were out of the Krabby's, but they had this other brand that was like Royal Jamaican ginger beer or something like that. And that was okay, but I still think I like Krabby's better. Oh yeah, our Total Wine is, yeah, you have to go out of town or a Liquor Barn. We have a liquor store downtown that's like down the street from where I live, but it's they don't have Krabby's, unfortunately. Oh, nice. I've actually never had spiced rum before. Ooh, did I get him? Music hadn't stopped yet, so probably there's a second form. I forgot he had a second form. Zombone. Oh yeah. That's cool. Ah, I didn't know he was resistant to that. Yeah, it's probably better to just do regular attacks on him. Yeah, it seems like it does more damage. I don't think I've ever like drank enough to really be drunk. I guess because when I drink, I don't really drink that much, I guess. I guess I'm pretty careful about it. I did think about trying to do like a drunk stream sometime, but I would probably have to drink a lot to be drunk, I guess. If anything, it'd be more just as a kind of as a joke, I guess, but one of my dad's other favorite drinks was vodka and tonic, which I tried once, and I was just like, yeah, that's not for me. We went to a concert, and he ordered a vodka and tonic, and he's like, you want to try some? And I was like, okay. And then I was like, yeah, I think I'm good. I don't want any more. Oh, nice. Yeah, I may have to try that sometime. Get all the ingredients and try that. Oh no. I'm trying to take the star. The Axum Rangers. Totally not inspired by the Power Rangers. Oh yeah. I remember something you told me I should try sometime, Coach, was rum chata, but I haven't tried it yet. And pour myself a little more Dr. Jolt here. Might as well finish it up. This Dr. Jolt's actually really good. It's like a really sweet Dr. Pepper. Probably even a little sweeter than regular Dr. Pepper. Which is fine because I like Dr. Pepper. I think I'm the only one in my family that likes Dr. Pepper because nobody else does. And I made the mistake one time as a kid. I went with my grandmother to the grocery. And they used to have, they don't anymore, but they used to have soda machines outside. And she gave me some money and she was like, get me a soda and get you one. And I got her Mr. Pibb. And she was like, why'd you get me Mr. Pibb? You know I don't like Mr. Pibb. And I was like, I didn't know you didn't like Mr. Pibb. She's like, well, I guess you can drink it. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah? Coffee and rum chai. Yeah, I bet that'd be good. Oh, yeah. I have had a, what is it called? Is it Jaeger Bomb or something that has Dr. Pepper in it? I forget. But whatever the drink is that has Dr. Pepper in it, I've had once. I think I went to a Mexican restaurant and they had down the menu. It's like, oh, I'll try that. And then I tried it and I was like, yeah, I think I'm good. I don't need to ever get this again. I like margaritas too sometimes. Like a strawberry margarita, I like that. Yeah, I've never had a spicy one. But if I'm at a Mexican restaurant, sometimes I'll get a margarita. Yeah, oh, I hate black licorice. I think my mom really likes black licorice, but I can't stand it. I only like red licorice. Well, red licorice or any other kind of fruit licorice that's not black licorice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my dad used to like mojitos. I tried one once. It was just like one of those pre-made ones that you get in like the bottle. And it was okay. Probably would be better if you made it yourself, I guess, but Mojito. I don't think it's a gay drink. Mojito. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had like a spicy drink before. I don't think I have. I really only like spicy stuff if it's like food related. I like to get hot sauce and put it on stuff. No, that's not good. I don't. Oh, that's really not good. I don't think I have. My mom really likes Bloody Marys, but I don't think I've ever had one. No. Maybe use that on Mario. I used to drink V8 juice sometimes. My grandmother would drink it because she was trying not to drink sodas all the time, although she still drank sodas all the time. But she would try to drink V8 because V8 in her eyes was better than drinking soda. But yeah, I never drank V8 much. I want to switch him out. Yeah, I did like the V8 Fusion. I did like that. I used to drink the V8 energy drinks sometimes, but because they're like small, they come in little cans. I always found that they didn't give me quite enough energy, so I kind of stopped drinking them. Oh yeah. I went to a restaurant in town. I don't know if they're still open or not, but they had, I think it was lemonade on the menu. And I was like, yeah, can I get some lemonade? And they said, oh, sorry, we don't have lemonade, but we have blue raspberry Kool-Aid. And I'm like thinking, well, that's not exactly the same thing. But I was like, okay, sure. And it was the first time I'd had Kool-Aid since I was a kid. And be honest, the food at that restaurant wasn't even very good. I was unimpressed. Oh, damn, that was not good. Oh, time to bring them back. You know, I drink sparkling water a lot because that keeps me off of drinking a lot of sodas, which is a good thing. I substituted that for a lot of the sodas I used to drink. And there's some good sparkling water flavors out there. Oh yeah. I had a really good, some kind of, I think it was like blueberry or raspberry lemonade cocktail drink. It was when I went to see the Bacon brothers, Kevin Bacon and his brother, and it rained like really hard. And they really should have just rescheduled the concert because it like was pouring down rain. But they had a really good lemonade drink that I had. I can't remember what all was in it, but it was good. No, yeah, I guess it's better to just do regular attacks, I guess. No, that's bad. All right. Oh shoot, I don't have any more pick-me-ups. That's okay. I'm gonna have to bring some other people back in, I guess. Oh, nice. Well, I got it, at least. Definitely gonna have to buy some more items next chance I get. Yeah. When I was a kid, my grandmother she used to have those butterscotch disc candies. She had one of those old like candy jars and or candy dishes, and she'd put butterscotch candy and peppermints in them usually. And then later it was Werther's Originals because she liked Werther's because that's an old person candy, you know. I do like cinnamon as a flavor. Like, I'm looking into getting some more iced coffee, and they have a flavor that's cinnamon chocolate churro, but they also have a flavor that's chocolate espresso, which I'm thinking about getting instead. But I think cinnamon chocolate churro would also be good. And I've had like cinnamon roll flavored coffee before, like hot coffee, and that's really good. No, because I usually don't drink whiskey. I don't really like whiskey. I can do it if it's mixed with something, but I can't like drink it straight or anything. And I guess it's ironic because I live in, like, our town is called like the bourbon capital of the world, and I don't drink bourbon. So when I tell people that I live in Kentucky and then they hear that I don't drink bourbon, they're like, what? Like, how can you live in Kentucky and not drink bourbon? Like, that's ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, I just don't like it. My grandpa used to drink bourbon, and every year for Christmas my mom would get him a bottle of his favorite bourbon, which was Woodford Reserve. So he was always happy because he knew that he was going to get, you know, a bottle of bourbon for Christmas. Yeah. I don't know if they still do, but they used to at the Louisville airport. They had a Woodford Reserve like restaurant where you could have the bourbon, and you could also get like burgers and stuff. My mom and I ate there once when we were going up to Canada. We were flying up to Canada. My step grandmother, she mixed bourbon with, I think it was Sprite or something. And I did drink some of that, and that was okay. That I could drink. She also has a neighbor that makes moonshine, and I'd never had moonshine before, and she gave me some one time. And I was like, whoa, this stuff is strong. I mostly just tried it because I'd never had moonshine. I just wanted to be able to say I tried it, but yeah. If you go to the liquor store here, I don't know if they still do, but they have like this moonshine stuff that comes in like these mason jars. And then they also have this stuff, it's not moonshine, but it's like Eggo waffle cream or something. And I always was curious about that. But then I heard some people say that it didn't taste very good. I don't know though, I've never had it, so. Oh yeah. The first concert that I went to see two of the Monkees with my dad, Davy Jones and Mickey Dolenz. They were playing, and this sounds like a joke, but they actually were playing at the Louisville Zoo because the Louisville Zoo had like a concert stage. And so they were playing, and this would have been in 2002, I think. And my dad was drinking beer when we got up there. It rained for a while, and we had to wait for the rain to stop. And when it stopped, the show went on. But he was drinking beer, and then he stopped on the way home to get like a 6-pack of beer. And so he'd had some drinks, and he had this Dodge Charger truck, I think it was blue. And we were driving home, and he started swerving on the road a little bit, which I noticed and he noticed. And it wasn't too long before a police car came up behind us and signaled for him to pull over. So there was actually a gas station literally just right by where he was, passing through. So he pulled over in the gas station, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I forget how old I was, but I was, I was still a kid. And I'm thinking like, oh God, what's going to happen if like they arrest him or something? And I'm a kid and I don't know what to do. And so cop asked him to step out of the truck and made him do the breathalyzer, which he did. And he was talking to the policeman, and he was like, yeah, we just came back from a concert up in Louisville. And he said, have you been drinking tonight? And he said, yes, I had some drinks at the show. And I guess the police officer, I don't know if he saw that I was in the car and he didn't want to do anything because in the truck, because like there was a kid in the truck, or if he just didn't want to have to deal with like all the red tape or whatever it was to, you know, have to write my dad up or whatever for being drunk. But he just let my dad go. My dad said, well, I'm on the way home, you know, we're going home. And he let him off with, I guess, a warning or whatever. And I was so naive as a kid, because he told me the next day, he was like, oh, well, I found out the reason that the truck was swerving was because one of my tires was low on air. And I was such a dumb kid that I was just like, oh, really? Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. But then years later, I thought about it and I was like, no, he was drunk. That's what happened. I pieced it together years later. He had a 6-pack of beer in the car, and he said, just kind of keep that hidden, like under the seat or the truck, excuse me. He said, kind of keep that hidden under your seat, because he thought, well, if the cop also sees that he's got beer in the truck, that's probably going to make it worse. But, you know. He actually did not drink that much before he passed. He kind of had stopped drinking. But when I was a kid, yeah, he drank quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, I loved the Monkees as a kid, and surprisingly, I actually got into their music before the Beatles, because my mom had like the first Monkees record, and I used to play it over and over. So I was really excited. I was excited to get to see them, but I wasn't too excited about going with my dad, because at the time, my dad and I had never done anything together, just the two of us. And I was nervous about that. And I kept telling my mom, I was like, we should go, because, we do things together. We get along fine. But I had never done anything with my dad, like just the two of us. And I was worried, like maybe it wasn't going to go well. I don't know. And it was kind of awkward at first, because we were riding up there in his truck and we had like music on in the truck. And he was like, so, how's school? And I was like, school's fine. And I was like, how's work? Work's fine. And it was like, we didn't know what to say to each other. It was kind of funny. Oh, and also Barry Williams, Greg Brady was there too. I didn't get to meet him or anything, but he had a book out and he was signing copies of it. So I could have had a chance to meet him too, but I didn't. And this is a thing I always tell people, is like, when I was a kid, I wouldn't say like my dad and I had like the best relationship. It was actually more after my parents got divorced that my dad and I got to be a lot closer. As a kid, it was kind of awkward. But as you know, when my parents divorced and I got older, we got closer. Because my dad had like a pretty short temper, so I was always like trying not to do anything to make him mad. Okay, it keeps saying this guy's like almost dead, but he's not dying. Do I have anything like a... I don't know. Does that do anything? Oh, okay. Yeah. That worked. The last time I went to Red Lobster, they had like a pasta that had crab in it. And I got that, and that was really good. That's probably one of the few times that I have crab is when I go to like Red Lobster or something. Oh yeah, the biscuits are great. Definitely had plenty of those. The guy's like, can I bring you some more biscuits? Like, hell yeah, you can. Nice. Cool. You know, something I've been craving lately is Reese's Pieces. It's funny, like I don't eat a lot of candy and stuff like that, but every once in a while there's just certain things that I'm like, oh, I want to get some of those, you know. Every once in a while I'll be like, I really want to get some Reese's Pieces or some M&Ms or something. I love Reese's Pieces. I had peanut butter M&Ms like recently, and I thought after having them, I was like, no, I think Reese's Pieces are better. I've never had Smarties. There is a store that sells them in Louisville, but I've just never had them. But I know that they're the Canadian equivalent of M&Ms. All right, we made it. Yeah, because American Smarties are not the same thing. The American Smarties I used to eat as a kid. All right, we made it to the doors. I hope I get the quiz because I like the quiz. Oh boy, it's one of these. Well, I can tell you I don't like these parts. My mom used to like ketchup chips, which I think is a Canadian thing. I don't like ketchup chips, but she likes them. I also like you can get them in certain like grocery stores. I like Clearly Canadian, that water drink, flavored water drink. Yeah, I like cheddar and sour cream chips. You mentioned the Ruffles ones. I like the Ruffle. Oh shit, I like the Ruffles ones. I think it's the black cherry, Clearly Canadian. I like that a lot. Ah, it's right there too. Yeah, yeah. Oh, come on. Wow, I'm bad at Donkey Kong apparently. There we go. Yeah, cheddar and sour cream chips are great. I don't really eat a lot of chips. Normally, the only time I eat them is if I have like a sandwich. You know, I'll have chips with the sandwich, but I don't eat chips a lot of times like just by themselves. Oh, Cheerwine. I like Cheerwine. Ranch dip, yeah. I like spinach and artichoke dip. I make a pretty okay spinach and artichoke dip. And I say okay because my mom actually makes a much better spinach and artichoke dip because she has a different recipe, but spinach and artichoke dip I love. My mom used to get she used to get like Velveeta cheese and some of those Rotel like canned tomatoes, and she would make like queso with that, and it's really good. Oh, nice. We have Moe's here, but I've never had them. I think we have it in Louisville. Nice. That sounds good too. I used to make spinach and artichoke dip, and I would put watered chestnuts in it because it gives a nice like crunch to it. But I haven't made like dip in a long time. Cheese and crackers, yeah. That was my grandmother's, like, one of her favorite snacks because she always had saltines around, and she liked Colby cheese, so she'd always get Colby cheese. I never cared for Colby cheese much. I like, well, I mean, I like American cheese. I like cheddar cheese. I really like Gouda and smoked Gouda. I like. We've talked about this, I think, but yeah. Yeah, I like sharp cheddar. Irish cheddar is good. I've had that before. I think you can get that at like Whole Foods and stuff. I like Wensleydale too. Wensleydale with like some cranberry in it is pretty good. Yeah. I got some Irish cheddar once, I think at Whole Foods. That was pretty good. It's pretty good. It's like a pretty sharp cheddar, but it's Irish cheddar, I guess. At least as far as I can remember. It's been a long time since I've had it. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like blue cheese. I can do blue cheese if it's like on a burger, and it's like if they crumble it like on a burger, I can do it. But I'm not going to eat like big pieces of blue cheese or anything. I made like lamb burgers once, and I just got like the blue cheese crumbles and I just put a little bit on top, you know, and that was pretty good because it was just a little bit. It wasn't a lot, so that I could do. But and goat cheese, I've had goat cheese on pizza, and it's pretty good on pizza, I think. Oh yeah, I've never had goat cheese and salad before. I usually go ranch dressing for salads, but also I really like when you get salads from like Japanese restaurants and they have like that Japanese dressing, like with the ginger and stuff. That I really like. I wish like I could buy like a bottle of like the Japanese dressing, which maybe you can. I've never seen it, but that's like one of the other kinds of dressing that I like aside from ranch. Yeah, feta's all right. Oh yeah. I haven't had Domino's in forever. Because my grandmother ordered Domino's. This was before she passed. And she, at the time, she was handicapped. So she could only get around like using a wheelchair. So she ordered it and asked him, like, bring it to the door and I'll meet you at the door because I can't, like, get up and walk, but I can get over to the door in my wheelchair. And so she, called it in and she told him to do that. Well, they brought it to the back door, which they were supposed to do, but they didn't, either they didn't knock on the door or they did and she didn't hear them. So what they ended up doing was just leaving the pizza outside by the door, and she didn't even know it was out there. And her neighbor across the street called her and said, I think they left your pizza outside the door. Do you want me to bring it in? And she said, yes, please. And he brought it in, and they had left it outside for so long that when she opened it up, there were ants in it. And she called him and said, this is unacceptable. And the person on the other end of the line was like, oh, sorry, but there's nothing we can do about that. And she told me that, and I'm like, bullshit. So I emailed like the corporate office and I said, that is not acceptable. And they're telling her that they can't do anything. They can't give her a refund or anything. And so they were like, well, we'll give her a credit. So if she ever wants to order from us again, she'll get her next order free. And so she did end up ordering from them again, and she got the next order free, and it was fine. But that was like the last time I ordered from Domino's was before she told me that story. And then when she told me that story, I just didn't order from them anymore. So they might be better now. Oh, damn. I was hoping this would be the quiz. I don't know. But yeah. I was just like, that's unacceptable. There's ants crawling all over the pizza, and you're going to be like, oh, sorry, but we can't do anything about that. It's like, no, you could give her her money back. That's what you could fucking do, actually. Usually when I order pizza, there's a local what's a local chain called Hometown Pizza. I usually order that because they're really good. Sometimes I'll do Little Caesars, but primarily it's Hometown because they have really good pizza. I like pepperoni, mushroom, black olives, or sometimes I'll get one of their specialty pizzas. They have like one where it's just all the meats, and that's pretty good. And yeah, it's the same thing here. A lot of the places here go through DoorDash. I do DoorDash quite a bit because it's just convenient for me. There is a place here that it's a pizza. I've mentioned this before. It's a pizza place, but the people that run it are Indian, so they also have like curry and stuff. And I haven't had their pizza, but I had their curry, their chicken curry, and it was really good. So I want to like order from them again because their chicken curry, it was like a little bit spicy, but like just enough. It was really good. But yeah, they have like a pizza menu, and then they have like a separate menu for all like the curries and the Indian, like the tikka masala and, you know, all the other Indian dishes. Oh, that's nice. I don't really like Italian sausage that much. I like regular sausage. But, yeah, I usually do Usually pepperoni and mushrooms is like my standard order. Right. My dad used to like banana peppers on pizza. I never really did, but he used to like that, I think. I did have a pizza once because I was eating lunch with him and he got banana peppers. And I ate them just because, he ordered them. And it was okay. I could eat them, but it wasn't like something I would get again. My grandmother, she was funny because she'd be like, well, what I want to do is I want to order like a pizza from Papa John's, but then I want to get the chicken poppers or whatever from Domino's. And I'd be like, so you want to order from one pizza place and get a pizza, but then you want to order from another pizza place and get something different. So I'm like, there's going to be like a Papa John's delivery, and then like maybe 5-10 minutes later there's going to be a Domino's. And she was like, yeah, I like the chicken from Domino's, but I like the pizza from Papa John's, so right. And this was before DoorDash. My dad, he lived with my grandmother for a while. This was when he didn't have a place of his own, so he moved in with her, which ended up being a big mistake because they used to argue all the time. They were like the odd couple. They just argued all the time. But she ordered a pizza one time, and then she was like, well, let me see if I have like enough change. And she didn't have enough change. She was like a couple of dollars short, and she had to borrow like $3 or something from my dad. And my dad was like, why would you order a pizza and not make sure you had enough to pay for it? She's like, well, I thought I did. No, yeah. We have Popeyes here, but I only had it once in the airport. I think I was at the Memphis airport and they had a Popeyes there. And that was the only time I've ever had Popeyes. Right. But yeah, those were, I wouldn't say they were particularly great times because they argued a lot, and it was always my hope whenever I visited that they wouldn't be arguing while I was there. We have Popeyes, but it's like there's some in Louisville, there's some in Elizabethtown, which is out of town from where I live. A little over an hour away. In town, we just have KFC and we have Lee's. But I can't really eat KFC anymore because it fucks up my stomach. It's like too greasy or something, I guess. Lee's is pretty good, though. They have fried chicken and they have baked or grilled chicken. It was actually started by, I think it was like the nephew of Colonel Sanders. Because I guess he didn't like the way that, like, Colonel Sanders chicken tasted, and he was like, well, I'm just going to make my own recipe. And so he did. But yeah. When I used to work at the grocery, it was right near where Lee's is. So I used to go to Lee's on my lunch break like almost every day. I went there so much that, like, the guy knew what I was going to order before I ordered it. I'd walk in and be like, number 2, right? And I'd be like, yeah, number 2. I walked in one day, he's like, number 2, right? And I was like, no, I think today I'll do something different for a change. And I've actually been to Colonel Sanders' wife has a restaurant. I don't know if it still exists or not, but I went to his wife's restaurant. This was years ago with my grandmother. And they have like chicken, but they also have a lot of other different types of food. And basically, if you go there with like a big group of people, they give you like stuff like mashed potatoes, and you like pass it around like the table and everybody takes what they want. You know, it's one of those kind of deals, but I don't remember it being very good. Cool, we got Star Gun. Oh yeah, I still haven't watched that movie. I won't eat Subway anymore, though, because the Subways here, honestly, they've really gone downhill. Like, if you walk into a Subway here, it just looks gross. Like, they don't keep it up or anything. Alright, I think this is the... Yeah, this is the quiz. Cool. Yeah, I do like the sandwiches at Publix. La-di-da. Yeah, okay. 8? Oh, was it 6? Yeah, they live in Monstro Town. First monster you see, Goomba? Nope. Krusty? Nope. Scarecrows. Smithy. Eggshell. Crusher? Oh, that wasn't enough, but I can do it again at least. Yeah, Publix is pretty good. I remember I got this ginger ale at Publix. I'd never seen it before. I think it was called like Red Rock or something, or Red River. And it came in like these little glass bottles. And it was super like spicy. The first time I tried, I was like, wow, this is a lot of spice to it. But then I had it, I guess, enough times that I ended up really liking it a lot. I guess I got like used to it. Soil. Special. No, it was items. 30 minutes. Okay. Oh, shit, I don't remember. 2. Nope. Blue. Hunting season? No, fuck. Oh, fuck me. Wow. I like the chicken cordon bleu from Penn Station. That's usually my go-to order from Penn Station. items. There we go. Garo. Looking at flowers. He hates getting his picture taken. Moleville? Yeah. Carrot. They live in Monstro Town. A boss. There we go. I've never had Firehouse. We do have Jimmy John's. Well, actually, we have Firehouse. Firehouse is out of town. Jimmy John's is out of town. I'm thinking of Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's we have in town. We used to have Quiznos. We don't anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. 13. Cool. Yeah, Publix is great. I remember people talking about the Publix subs before they opened here. And then when they finally opened one here, that was the first thing I thought was like, oh shit. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, I don't even know. 46? Ah, damn. It's probably like 45 or something. Oh, yeah, that sounds really good. I'm going to have to eat something after I end stream, probably, now. Oh, shit. I don't know, because I don't use the triple moves. Toadovsky. 50 coins? No. Jinx. Smithy. 30 minutes. Red. Whereas. Lava bubble. Ah, damn, that was still. Son of a bitch. Yeah, we have McAllister's. I've been there, yeah. I think the last time I was there, I had like a French dip, I think. I remember that being pretty good. Flying troop? No, it was paratroopers. Little brother. La-di-da. Red. Looking at flowers. Mushroom Kingdom. Scarecrows. Smithy. There we go. Oh, yeah. I've never had pastrami or corned beef, but I think I would like pastrami if I had it. Okay. Oh, is it 14? I thought it was 13. I miscounted, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, geez, this one I don't know. I might just have to guess. I can't count that fast. 47. Ah, damn it. Because I think it's different every time. Ah, nice. If I don't get it this time, I might just do a different door. Just because I don't want to have to keep doing this one over and over again. Oh, fuck. Eighth? Nope. Middle counters the N. Blue. I mean, at least the trivia gets easier because when they start asking the same questions, it's easier. Okay. Okay, I got it. All right. Now what? Okay. Let's see. 46. Okay. Cool. Oh, fuck. The fucking race. Usually this one, I just look at, like, I'm just going to be honest. Usually I just look at a walkthrough for how to do this one because this one is tricky. Okay. Uh, okay, let me see here. I'm going to give this one a shot. Okay. Let's see. Wait a minute. Ah, damn. Wait a minute. Is that not what I did? I thought that what was that a different order than what I did? Maybe it was. I don't know. Okay, let's try 6, I guess. Oh boy. Not a jumping stage. I'm just going to do whatever 1 is. Okay, this is the other puzzle one. I'm not good at the platforming, so we'll just do this instead. Got him. All right. This one I always had a little bit of trouble with. Oh boy. I'm probably going to have a little bit of trouble with it again. Oh, cool. Got it. Yeah. This one I didn't find too hard. But we'll see. Oh, thank you for the 10 bits, Danny. I appreciate it. Let's do that. Alright, we'll do that. And got it. Now, thank you for the 10 bits again, Danny. Appreciate it. We got rot candy. Did anybody ever eat rot candy as a kid? I remember having it once. I don't remember liking it that much. It's just very sugary, and I think I was worried I was going to break my teeth eating it. Wizza Koopa? Is that... He wasn't called that in the Super Nintendo one, I don't think. To be fair, I probably only had it like one time. I remember they used to have this candy. It was called Astro Pop. And it was like this hard candy that came on a stick or something. And I remember I got it once, and I immediately dropped it on the floor and broke it. So that was the end of that. You know, I was kind of a klutz as a kid, so I would like drop shit a lot of times. The worst thing was I went to a candy store in the mall once, and they had this it was a little plastic container. It was shaped like a star, and inside it had red, white, and blue like M&Ms in it. And I picked it up just to look at it. I wasn't even really going to buy it, but I picked it up just to look at it. And I immediately dropped it on the floor. It broke open, and little M&Ms spilled all over the floor. And I'm bent down the floor trying to pick them up. And the woman running the store comes over, and she's like, "Oh, no, that's okay. I'll get it. And I was so embarrassed that I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry." And then I did a slow walk, backwards walk, out of the store. I was like, well, don't guess I'll be shopping at that store anymore today. I was apologizing over and over. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get it. I'll clean it up." She's like, No, it's fine. It was a mistake. I mean, it was an accident, whatever, you know. I've said it before, but this Dr. Jolt's really good, and it's a bad. It's good, but it's also bad because good because I like it, but bad because I want to drink a whole bunch of it now, which is a bad idea. Right. When I worked at the grocery store, I was the guy that it's like a really sweet Dr. Pepper with caffeine. Yeah, a lot of caffeine. When I worked at the grocery store, I was the guy that sometimes would have to like mop up and sweep up like messes and stuff. And actually, I did. I was bagging groceries for a woman once, and I did like she had a jar of pickles, and I didn't like grab it in time, and it fell to the floor and broke open. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And there was a guy that worked there who was older than I was, and he worked there for a while. Super nice guy. And he's like, it's okay. I got it. I'll clean up. He goes, you just go get her another jar of pickles. I'm like, okay. And so I did. And I appreciated the fact that he wasn't like riding me about it. He wasn't like, look what you did. He was like, no, it's fine. Just get her another jar of pickles. It's cool. One time somebody spilled something, and I guess it was like a chemical type spill. And we had a new manager, and he was like, go get the mop and like mop this up. And I was like, okay. And apparently, because of whatever it was that spilled, we had some kind of stuff that you were supposed to put down on it first. It was like a powder or something. And you were supposed to sprinkle that on it first before you mopped it up. But nobody told me that. So I went and just got the mop and started mopping it up. And the guy comes running up to me and goes, what are you doing? And I go, well, they told me to mop this up. And he goes, no, you got to put down this solution first or whatever. And I was like, well, I didn't know. The manager just said to get a mop. And he goes, it's not your fault. It's his fault. He should have told you that. He didn't tell you that. So he was actually very nice because he made me feel like, you know, like not everything was my fucking fault. So but yeah. Electric Blue. I'll have to keep my eye out for that. I don't think I've seen that. I think, well, it's 10:05. I think I'm going to get to the next save point after this, and then I will call it for tonight since it's getting late now. And then we'll find somebody to raid real fast. Yeah, if I was gonna play to the end, that would probably, I don't know, that'd be maybe what, like at least another hour or so. I would say probably next weekend I could finish it since I'm already getting close. Yeah. I'd rather just save it till next weekend and then really finish it up in one stream. Get back inside there. I get you when he's eating them. Let's see, I'll get some mushroom. Okay. Let's just make it to the next save point. Yeah. I love Bruce. He was one of my favorite characters. I see you hiding that soda up under your chair. Soda's all right in my book. We've also got some Oreos or... Oh crap, I screwed that up. I hope it's okay if I pay you in pennies. I think one of the first times he was on there was when they were like looking for somebody to hire for like the birthday party, and it's like, what can you do? Well, I can be like Spider-Man and pretend like the little children are bugs and they're all caught in my web. Oh, there we go. Right. There's one episode where he's like a massage therapist, and Peter goes in and he goes, "What am I supposed to do?" And he goes, "Well, you just put your your head or whatever, you put it in the little hole there or whatever." And then he comes back in, he goes, "Oh, ha ha, I see you left some fake poo on the floor." What? Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, yeah. My dad liked him, and he also liked Ollie Williams, which they, quit using in some of the later seasons. Yeah. It's raining sideways. Do you have an umbrella? Had one. Where is it? Inside out, 2 miles away. Well, can we do anything for you? Bring me some soup. What kind? Chunky. Okay, we'll get right on that. Yeah. Check your TCP/IP settings. Yes. Enable cookies. Yes. You want this dog? No, thank you, Ollie. Yeah, exactly. It's dance time. Sweet. Oh shit, I guess I forgot we have to fight this guy before we get to the next save point. Well, okay. Guess we're fighting, was it Exor? When I was a kid, and I'm sure probably other kids that did too, I thought he was Smithy, because I never made it this far in the game, so I just assumed that he was supposed to be Smithy. I didn't know that that was a different character. Right. And if you've never made it this far, then, you don't know. And, all these special attacks are definitely working. So you just got to keep doing those. Oh, yeah. This would be a cool vinyl to have, like the redone soundtrack. Like if they actually put it on vinyl. But yeah, this has been a really fun stream. I'm glad that this all worked out because I'm really enjoying playing through this. Yeah, I was just going to say, just about everybody streamed today. Coach, you, Danny, and me. It's always good when you have something to watch. Right, right. All right, we did it. Yep. What is Stream Teams? Is that a Twitch thing or something? Yeah, well, whatever it is, I'm definitely not a partner, I can tell you that much. All right, cool. We made it to the save. Sweet. So we will pick this up again. I guess we'll pick it up again next Sunday. And I'll be streaming, of course, on Tuesday for Turntable Tuesday. So that'll probably just be retro stuff again, I guess. It'll either be retro stuff, or if I end up buying that video store simulator game, I might play that, but we'll see. Ah, okay. But yeah, thanks Arma, Danny, Coach, Quack Attack. And before I hop off, let me see if I can find somebody to raid. Yeah, I'll play some Sparks on Tuesday. I've been playing a little bit offline. I still have a ways to go though with Game of the Month. Okay, well there are a lot of people on. I kind of want to do what you did, Danny, and like maybe raid somebody, you know, random, because I think that could be kind of fun. Let's see if we find somebody. Let's see here. I'm looking at retro right now. Let's see. Is there anybody streaming, like maybe somebody that doesn't have like a whole lot of viewers? Let's see. Why don't we try? Let's see. You know, I'm trying to find somebody streaming something that I know. Let's okay, here's a guy that's doing Super Mario 64. Ground Pound Gary. Let's try. We'll raid him. Another Mario streamer. Let me just set it up here. All right, we're going to raid Ground Pound Gary. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and I will catch you all again on Tuesday. So take care, everybody. Have a good night.